we're going to have our next talk, the last for today. It's going to be about boosting Cosmos adoption, and the speaker is CEO of Chain for Energy, the energy conductor, Dominik Skrobacz. But before I invite him to the stage, let's watch a movie. All right, Dominik.
Hello, everyone. Good to see you. This is the last keynote, but at least you have seen the first and the best movie on the screen. So why we show this movie? It's the main cause is the subject of the whole event. It's like, let's bring a real world to the cosmos. So this is a real world. This is a real use case that is working in Minsk Mazowiecki, one of the Polish city. A solution that we have done under auspices of BMW Foundation for we Uberize the EV charging. We are addressing a thing that is a kind of obstacle of evolution, the transport and energy transformation. So that's why we are talking about boosting Cosmos adaptation through addressing energy market. I will say a few words about myself. Like I have 20 years experience in software development. I'm holding the role of the CEO for 10 years in different companies. And honestly speaking, I have an experience working with enterprise from telco, energy sector, and banks all around the world, with Europe, especially, and Middle East. And from 5 years, I'm very focused on blockchain projects. So, why energy? Energy is something what is on the bottom of the Maslow hierarchy. It's like wealth, settler, food. Currently, to have a warm water, you have to have access to the energy. This is a crucial thing. And we are facing right now the huge transformation. The huge transformation that could be defined in 3Ds, like 3 dimensions. It's 3 mega trends that we have in the energy sector. It is decarbonization, decentralization, and digitalization. Decarbonization is like we have this very big programs like Green Deal, also from the perspective of Europe Union and United States. Europe Union is like 1.8 trillion euros. This is the budget. So to give you a feeling, what kind of part of the industry are we tackling with? And we have decentralization. That's basically the changing the whole paradigm of the energy network architecture. That energy is not produced centrally in the power plant, that is basically fulfilled by coal, but we are based on the renewable energy sources that are decentralized. It's completely different and change of the architecture That's why we have a digitalization. We need to create a software, and the new software, because existing are not supporting it, that allows to fulfill these two other things. And it's like similar, you have this Lord of the Ring, to bind them all. So digitalization is to bind them all. So that's why we are focusing on building this kind of software. This software, of course, when you're building a software, you shouldn't use some kind of old technologies. You have to use the top-notch technologies, because when you finish your product and you get to the mature phase, if you use something old and not wisely, it will not expect user experience in the future. So that's why we are using AI, ML, IoT integration, blockchain. This is why we are talking about today about blockchain, and of course connection and specific kind of data storage. Okay, so why blockchain? Why blockchain and energy? We can use it. I'm trying to describe it on different levels. This is like a very simplification of the architecture of the energy sector. So on the bottom, we are, via IoT integration or integration with the metrics of the grid, we are gathering data, putting in specific time granularity into the blockchain. Thanks to it, we are storing a data that giving a value from perspective of ESG rating of pieces. On the next level, this is the automatization for contract management and billing, for new type of architecture. This is creation of energy communities. This is something what is a big thing. I will tell more about it in the afterwards, but from the energy communities, it's something what you can do. You can do peer-to-peer trading of energy. I can sell the energy to my neighbor, and for this purpose, I can tokenize energy, and I can sell it on the local marketplace. This makes sense, especially because this kind of energy communities is not like a retail only. There's also small businesses, small manufacturers that are highly depending from the price of the energy. So if we can create the construction that this price are defined and without volatility and even save the cost, this is a pure margin for this kind of businesses. And the third one is addressing EV charging. Currently, we are facing something what is sector coupling. And it's not on the energy sector. It's also a transport sector, and also heating sector. And we here are addressing the transport sector. Okay, let's talk about money. Let's talk about how much money do we have in blockchain. This is information from CoinGecko. This 700 billion is a market cap that includes stable coins. So if we remove the stable coins, the budget, the market cap will be much more lower. But let's assume that this is included. And this is the energy evaluation based on the International Energy Agency. As you see, there is like 15 or 20 times bigger. And this is prediction. Of course, this is a wishing prediction based of analysis. So we will see, we know that the volatility on the blockchain market is hardly predictable. But still, if we look how we grow with the money, there are in energy sector, it is only one sector of the industry. This is very important. It's still the amount of money in the whole blockchain ecosystem, whatever we take into account, is smaller. Why does it matter? Why does it matter? Because this is users. I came here to talk about blockchain adaptation. I strongly believe that in this phase of the market, we have to take into account how to bring users from other industry to the blockchain, because it's not only fintech. People are using cars, using energy, using hot water, using renting apartment, buying apartment. These are the much more bigger market. And this market, basically after, based on the last publication for the World Bank, also should be addressed by the blockchain. So this is only numbers addressing how the increase amount of the subscribers in the next 7 years into the citizens' energy network. I'm talking here about local energy communities. And this is what we have in Cosmos. And we have to do everything to put all these users, these new users that basically are new type of customers, onboard them on Cosmos project, put them into the ecosystem, create the wallets. That's why we are building a solution. That's why we are building a solution that addressing addressing immutability and logic decentralization via the apps, but on top of it, we have a SaaS layer that we can offer end product for energy ecosystem. Energy ecosystem, it's not developers, it's the users. So they are expecting a customized solution for their purposes. And this is what we want to offer. This is how we want to adopt energy users and bring them to the Cosmos ecosystem, to give them a wallet and put some tokens on top of it and tell them that they have a value there to address the necessity of education, to go deeper, to go to move this token, to sell them, to buy them, etc. The other thing is decentralization, the security of the token. Because if we look on the blockchain level layer as a very nice tech for new solutions, it addresses immutability. And I want to point here that the decentralization and security is like very important thing for us. That's why from the beginning of the project, we start to work with Rockaway and of course, our wonderful validators to be top one decentralized network in the Cosmos ecosystem. This is our score, and there is no bigger one. So we have great 75 validators. I want to thank everyone that is attending in the project, that is following and giving feedback and working how to make our product the best. We are split in 14 countries, and we are not only in HeadSnap, okay? So maybe we will be more stable than Solana, for example. Okay, but I want to tell a few things about blockchain. You have seen the movie at the beginning about the car, that the lady is going with all the history. This is the real-world use case when we giving a possibility to the owner of restaurant when she came to connect his charger. We have a partnership with the charger manufacturer. His charger will be integrated with our decentralized billing system. So the restaurant owner provides this service to his customer, to this lady who basically came to the restaurant to eat a lunch. She spent there like 1 hour, half hour, doesn't matter, but he can refill the amount of energy in the car. And this is easy to use, easy integrated. Our goal is also to deliver SDK and white label mobile app. We have a mobile app for this purpose, but it could be white labeled through other part of all the EV infrastructure, industry sector. We have decentralized documents fingerprint. This is a decentralized solution that allows to addressing possibility to do the offering, to do the negotiation with no need of signing the document that is costful, but we are able to track the versions, and partially we are addressing this privacy requirement that is very, very natural on the enterprise market. And energy tokenization. We are able to tokenize the energy that address the specific trading deal. So our token is able to burn itself according to trading that is happening between supplier and consumer. These are MVPs and POC. I intentionally put this information here, but it's not final products yet. To finalize it, we have to solve this issue. We have to solve the issue how to separate user from the fairness related to the blockchain. As you look, as we came here, it's very techy conference. But if you go into like wider conferences, we have two kinds of people. We have tech people who are very good from the development, especially in the very interesting aspects of encryption, algorithmics, etc. And they are very happy to create a new product. And on the other side, we have members of the market that basically want to buy shitcoin, sell shitcoin, and earn 100x, right? And it won't fly longer. We need something in the middle. We need a solution that delivers real value for the market, that delivers a value for the real users. And to do it, we have to wrap up our solution. We can go to old lady and give her a ledger and tell, just remember your seat, okay? It won't fly. So we have to wrap up and deliver appropriate degrees of security level that address a specific customer. We also have to do this, we have to do, of course, key management mechanisms from the perspective of recovery, storage, rekeying, different type of transaction. We have manual transaction for the wise guys. We have automatic transaction for the old lady, or for the integration between SaaS and the blockchain. And of course, privacy. Privacy is the key. So these are the things that we are focusing the project right now to make this one accessible for everyone. This is the next application, the apps that we are also gonna work. It's energy tracking, because we are integrated with the metric grid, so we are able to track the energy based on the specific time granulation. And it creates immutable and trustable data stored on the blockchain that can be used from the perspective of ESG rating offices. And also the greenhouse DAO. This is a DAO that addressing energy communities. Energy communities are institutions that are highly democratized. They are managed by the democratized governance. And the DAO concept fulfill partially to their need. But this DAO have to be specific. We have to create something what is called divided and not into division. That one division is responsible for managing one local energy community. In this case, we have to address privacy between, of course, divisions, and we have to address the specific way how to evaluate existing energy community, because this kind of energy community have to buy new photovoltaics or add additional consumers to the energy community. So this is the game. Okay. So that was the DApps that we have done on the blockchain level. Right now, on top, we are giving these products of the SaaS and that can be used by different type of customers. So we have the billing solution. This is addressing energy supplier. This is the customer. This billing solution provides the possibility to manage the life cycle of the customers from the acquisition through billing, invoicing, and through ending up the agreement, right? And also addressing all these cases for energy tracking, ESG rating, but this is an interface. This is the access. This is this wrap-up that I was talking about. This is the biggest thing what we think is on the energy market. This is energy community. This This is addressing local supply and local demand. This have a huge success in Germany, especially. But this revolution is happening all around the Europe and highly intensified by the Europe Union because the demand is growing, but we cannot grow supply based on coal. So we have to do a local supply and local demand because if it's not local, it destroys the grid. And this requires a new software. This requires a new software that addressing dynamic tariffs that could be zero during the middle of the day, but during the night it's higher. To incentivize people to use energy when there's a lot of energy locally, and this does not destroy the network and force everyone to put the energy into the ground. This is customers for this purpose is local government, businesses, and retail. These customers can create, join, or destroy existing energy based on the decision, right? And this is the last product. This is this e-charging related to the biggest obstacles, lack of the e-chargers all around the world. This is the big issue. In Europe, we have 2035 limit that we can buy regular cars, regular engine. Afterwards, only EVs. So currently, we have 13 EVs, even if this EVs is small amount comparing to the rest of the cars, for one public charger. This is, it's too small amount. It has to be changed. And this is what we are proposing. We are working with GreenCell, the manufacturer of the charger. We have done this, as I mentioned, pilot in Minsk Mazowiecki under auspices of BMW Foundation. And it shows that Uberization of the charger is the answer to this question. You don't have to go through very complicated certification to mount like the wall box installation. This is a mobile charger. You can plug in to every socket, to regular one of these three phases socket, and provide this service to your customer. Just imagine that you are looking for the apartment via Airbnb, and what are you checking? Me, personally, I'm always checking, do I have a Wi-Fi, especially when I'm going overboard. So this is something new, something what you're going to check in next 2 or 3 years. Does this guy have an EV charger? Can I charge my car because I have to go back to my home and I don't want to stop in the middle of the highway to charge it because there is, actually, in the 300 diameter. Kilometers diameter. So we are providing a mobile app. We provide a possibility, but this is temporary, to pay for this kind of charging via our token. In the future, it will be possibility to pay via fiat. And we are having a charger finder. So you can find this kind of charging points where you can charge your car. And basically, it's all my slides. But I want to say one more thing. We are before the beer market. I strongly believe in it. I hope that everyone believes in it. And in the beer market, there will be a new game. New game, who's gonna win it? Because we have different ecosystems. I don't like competition because partially it's competition, but everyone wants to be the most famous. Everyone wants to have the most user, the biggest amount of user into his ecosystem. And in my opinion, I bet on Cosmos because it's great technology and Cosmos SDK have a super offer. But to win this game, we have to acquire users. This is the main goal. And that's why we are focused on this in C4E. This is our main goal. Thank you very much.
So Dominik, I'm gonna keep you here.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Not yet.
Okay.
Don't go. Because I have one question for you.
Of course.
From Slido. It's from Anar from Rockaway. And they're asking, what are the legal obstacles of energy sharing communities in the key markets like US, EU, or Asia?
From the perspective of EU, is highly intensified, and this is defined by the directive. Basically, the local law. Okay, every country has a local law from the perspective of energy, but it has to be compliant with the directive. So everywhere, in every European Union country, it is allowed. From the perspective of the USA, I think that the energy communities are built there from the Roosevelt times. But they were constructed in different way because they didn't have a photovoltaic or wind turbine. It was built just from the central power plant. So 100% sure, at least from these big regions, this is possible. Asia, please, sorry, I don't know, but I can check and answer afterwards.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you.